Hi everyone, I'm Zulaiha and today we'll be discussing quadrant and the signs of trigonometric ratios of angles. But first, we are going to learn about basic angles because it's very important for what we are going to learn today. So what are basic angles? Basic angles are angles from 0 degrees to 360. On the screen, we have some examples. Let's look at example 1, 361 degrees. To calculate the basic angle of 361 degrees, we have to subtract 360 degrees from it. So 361 degrees minus 360 degrees equals to 1 degree. So 1 degree is the basic angle of 361 degrees. To calculate the second one, 428 degrees minus 360 degrees, we have 68 degrees. That's the basic angle of the second one. To calculate the basic angle of 139 degrees, if you look at it, 139 degrees is between 0 degrees and 360 degrees. It is no more than 360 degrees. That means it's already a basic angle. There's no need to calculate it. 139 degrees is a basic angle, so it's still 139 degrees. For the fourth one, 1000 degrees. If we look at it, even after subtracting 360 degrees from 1000 degrees, which will be 640 degrees, we could see that even this 640 degrees is more than 360 degrees. So we will keep subtracting till we get something from 0 degrees to 360 degrees. Don't forget the basic angle, the angle must be from 0 degrees to 360 degrees. So 640 degrees minus 360 degrees again, we're going to get 280 degrees. Now, this 280 degrees falls between 0 degrees and 360 degrees. So that means that is the basic angle. That's our answer. 280 degrees is the answer. So for the fourth one, excuse me. For the fourth and the last one, 2900 degrees. If we look at it, it's so much. If we say, okay, let's keep subtracting, we are going to be here for a while. So let's just do it this way. Let's multiply 360 degrees. Let's by trial and error method. If we say 360 degrees times 7, let's use calculator for that. 360 degrees times 7, we have 2520 degrees. We don't know the answer yet. This is just trial and error method. The question is 2900 degrees. So 2900 degrees minus 2520 degrees. We have 380 degrees. And yet 380 degrees is more than 360 degrees that we are looking for. So let's multiply 360 degrees times 8 to see what we are getting here. This is 2880 degrees. If we look at it, 2880 degrees is closer to 2800 degrees than 2520 degrees. That means let's take this one. So 2900 degrees minus 2880 degrees, we have 20 degrees left. So that is the answer. That means the base angle of 2900 degrees is 20 degrees. So up next, we'll be discussing the quadrants of a circle. On the screen here in front of me, we have the diagram of a circle. Let's assume this is the center of the circle. We are going to draw a Cartesian plane xy through the center of the circle. So if this is our x, horizontal line, x, and vertical line y, you can see that this circle is divided into 4 equal parts. Each part is called a quadrant. The 4 parts makes up the 4 quadrants of a circle. So let's identify the quadrants. The quadrants are numbered anti-clockwise. So this here, it's starting from this place. This is the first quadrant, anti-clockwise. This is the second quadrant. This is the third quadrant. And this is the fourth quadrant. Those are the quadrants of a circle. They are numbered anti-clockwise. The angles are also identified anti-clockwise, starting from this point. So from this point to this point is 90 degrees. To this point is 180 degrees. To this point is 270 degrees. And finally, to this point, again, 360 degrees, closing on the first point. So now let's talk about the sine of the trigonometric ratio of these angles. So for the first quadrant, all the trigonometric ratios, the sine, the cosine, and the tangent are all positive. So we have sine theta. We have sine theta is positive. We have cos theta as positive. We have tan theta positive. In the second quadrant, however, only sine theta is positive. So we have plus sine theta minus cos theta minus tan theta. Only cos is positive in the second quadrant. For the third quadrant, only tangent is positive. So we have minus sine theta minus cos theta plus tan theta. For the fourth quadrant, only the cosine is positive. So we have minus sine theta plus cos theta and minus tan theta. Those are the signs of the trigonometric ratios of angles. So now, to be able to remember this, we have A, all positive in the first quadrant, sine, S, positive in the second quadrant. Here we have T, tan, positive in the third quadrant, and here we have C, cos, positive in the fourth quadrant. So that's ASTC. But to be able to remember it, try to learn it clockwisely. ACTS, act. It helps. So all positive, cos positive, tan positive, and sine positive clockwisely from first quadrant. Clockwisely. So that's act. You can also use cast, starting from the fourth quadrant to first, second, third, like this, anti-clockwisely, starting from the fourth quadrant. You can memorize it as cast, but personally, I prefer act. So up next, we'll be looking at the following examples. The question states that indicate the quadrants of the following angles and state whether the trigonometric ratios of these angles are positive or negative. We have question 1, 100 degrees. First, let's draw our quadrants. So these are first, second, third, and fourth. Now, what of our angles? This is from here to here, 90 degrees, 180 degrees, 270 degrees, and 360 degrees. So we have 100 degrees. If we look at it, from this place to this place is 90 degrees. And 90 degrees now up to 100 degrees. It has exceeded it. So let's look at the second quadrant. From 90 to 180. 100 falls between 90 and 180. That means 100 is in second quadrant. Now for second quadrant, for our trigonometric ratio, for sine is positive in second quadrant. So we have sine 100 degrees. Cosine is negative. We have minus cos 100 degrees. And tangent is also negative. So we have minus tan 100 degrees. So that is the quadrant and the trigonometric ratio of 100 degrees. For the second one, we have 268 degrees. If we look at it, 268 degrees falls between 180 degrees and 270 degrees. That is the third quadrant. So, third quadrant. Now, let's look at the trigonometric ratio for third quadrant. In the third quadrant, only tangent is positive. So that means we have minus sine 268 degrees minus cos 268 degrees and plus tan 268 degrees, because only tangent is positive in the third quadrant. For number 3, 315 degrees. 315 degrees falls between 270 degrees and 360 degrees. That is the fourth quadrant. So 315 degrees falls in fourth quadrant. Now let's look at its trigonometric ratios. For the fourth quadrant, only cos is positive. So that is minus sine 315 degrees plus cos 315 degrees and minus tan 315 degrees. Those are the trigonometric ratios for 315 degrees. So next we have 591 degrees. 591 degrees is more than 360 degrees. So we have to find the base angle first. And to find the base angle, we have to subtract 360 degrees from it. So 591 degrees minus 360 degrees, we have 231 degrees. So that's the base angle. And 231 degrees falls between 180 degrees and 270 degrees. That's the third quadrant. So let's find the trigonometric ratio for it. So for the third quadrant, only tangent is positive. So we have minus sine 591 degrees minus cos 591 degrees plus tan 591 degrees. Those are the trigonometric ratio for the angle 591 degrees. Now, for 1523 degrees, the last one, this is more than 360 degrees as well. So we have to find the base angle. To find the base angle, this is quite much. So let's use the method we learnt about earlier. So 360 degrees times 4 by trial and error method, we have 1440. So 1523 degrees minus 1440, we have 83 degrees. That's our base angle. And 83 degrees falls into first quadrant. It falls between 0 degrees and 90 degrees. That's first quadrant. So 1523 degrees falls into first quadrant. Now let's find the trigonometric ratio of the angle. So we have, for the first quadrant, all the angles are all the trigonometric ratios are positive. So we have plus sine 1523 degrees plus cos 1523 degrees and plus tan 1523 degrees, and that's it.